What's up, everybody? Tom Pelissero here with Phil Mackey shortly after the Twins finish off a 10-4 win over the Detroit Tigers. Phil, the obvious question I've got to ask you, Wilson Ramos becomes the third player in Major League history since 1939 to have 3 or more hits in his first 2 games. Let's just say this. He's not going to hit 778. No matter what Ron Gardenhire says, cutting off my question, he's not going to hit 778.
How do you know?
Exactly. He's going to come back to earth, but at this point, he's hitting like a guy who's going to kind of force his way to stay on the Major League roster.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to be tough to tell him, hey, you aren't one of the 13 best hitters on this roster, so we have to send you back to AAA. But the problem is you want Ramos to play every day, and he can't get regular at-bats if Mauer's healthy. But it sounds like Mauer, with that heel injury, who is not even participating in baseball activities, at least for the next few days, I think it's likely he goes on the DL at some point in the next couple days. So Ramos will be up for the next 2 weeks, but you've got an issue. It's a good problem to have, but Ramos is hitting the crap out of the ball, and it's tough to tell him, hey man, it's been a good run, but we've got to send you back to Rochester.
Scott Baker comes out and, you look at the numbers. He goes 7 innings, allows 6 strikeouts, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. Those are pretty decent numbers, but looking at it, I mean, it was a little bit shaky there today.
Yeah, it's especially in the middle innings where you put some guys on base. But traditionally, we talked about this on the website all week long last week. He's bad in April, bad in May. In fact, his ERA in May for his career is just a shade under 6. And so I asked him about that. Why is he so good in June and not so good at the beginning of the year? And he couldn't really put his finger on it. Doesn't feel any different. Just one of those guys who gets off to slow start. So even though it was a bit of a shaky start, enough run support, and anything that involves 3 earned runs over 7 innings for Baker in May is a good sign.
So Nick Blackburn comes back to start on Tuesday. They have several roster moves they've got to figure out. That's the first one. They'll probably send Manship down, I would think. You've also got Maharis, who could be coming back relatively soon after he makes a couple of starts in the minor leagues. You've got some other things to do, and eventually you're going to have to make a decision on Mauer and Ramos. How do you see some of that shaking out?
Yeah, right now Mijares threw a bullpen session earlier today and felt great. So he's going to wind up going on a rehab stint sometime in the next couple weeks. But the Twins are with 11 pitchers right now instead of 12. So do they call up a Rob Delaney? Do they make a 40-man move and bring up Anthony Slamma, which is what I would do at some point, and say good riddance to a guy like Glenn Perkins, Alexi Castillo? There's a lot of moves that could be made, but this week I see them adding a 12th pitcher at some point. And again, like I said, if it's me, I find a way to bring Anthony Slamma up. He's 26 years old, lights out as far as striking batters out, and it's something that has to be done at some point before June.
And the best news for the Twins, of course, they get Liriano to go 8 innings yesterday. Baker go 3 today and not have to burn up that bullpen while they are shorthanded. He's Phil. I'm Tom. See ya.
Good night.